Today we're travelling from Ward Beach to Okiwi Bay, but along the way we stopped here at the Pelorus River. We've never actually stayed here, but it's something is on our plans to do so. The area was originally milled heavily for its native timbers, but it's now become a scenic reserve. This bridge was built in 1885. It's on State Highway 6 between Blenheim and Nelson. It's well worth a stop. There's lovely walks along the way, and there's a Department of Conservation camping area here as well. Set up at Okiwi Bay now, ready to go exploring. Okiwi Bay means place of the Kiwi. It originally was a Maori settlement, as were a lot of our bays here in New Zealand, and it's since been used as farming area and for forestry, but now very much a holiday destination with about 200 holiday houses. I think there's about 80 to 100 permanent residents. So yeah, definitely a holiday destination. So we're here for a couple of days and we're going to go exploring along the beach.
And some serious uplifting of the land here in the past. Then found a wee friend down there. A lot of interesting strife on the rocks.
And then we stumbled across this little treasured pathway. It's a little fairy garden along each side of the pathway. I think it was done quite a few years ago because it's looking a bit worse for wear now, but still an interesting place to explore, and the kids seem to enjoy it that we came across, so that's all good. The sign says, do what you love, and when we're out in a motorhome, we certainly try and do that as much as we can. We get out on the beaches scavenging, we like to look at little quirky places, stop at various locations along the way. Mostly it's places that we wouldn't stop at. Normally when we're travelling around the country, you tend to just drive on main state highways, so it's always good to have a little excursion somewhere out to a coastline or a lake or wherever and just take some time. It's a good thing about motorhoming. Time to say goodbye to Okiwi Bay and off to Cable Bay.
We are at Cable Bay and there's this little walkway that goes up the hill. My challenge for the day is to survive possibly getting up there.
We made it to the top and it was worth it for the view. But just a little bit of history about Cable Bay. It was from here that the first telegraph cable was installed between New Zealand and Australia, and it commenced transmission in 1876 and stayed in transmission service until the early part of the 20th century, and when a new cable was put elsewhere. But in 2001, a 24-strand fibre optic cable was also installed from this bay, and that is between the North Island and the South Island of New Zealand, and giving us support for the existing cable, which is in Cook Strait further to the east. That's Pepin Island at the top of your screen, that's connected to the mainland by the causeway, so I suppose technically it's not an island. Causeway is actually a natural causeway. It's formed through strong sea current and rocks building up, and the area behind it is actually a lagoon, but it's connected around the other side of the island back out to the ocean, so it is a true causeway. Day at Cable Bay was quite a bit cooler and there was quite a strong wind, so we only managed a quick walk across the causeway and back again, but still a lovely place to visit. Time to move on from Cable Bay. We've been here twice this year, that's just 2024. I'm sure we'll be back at some stage, but we're moving on today towards Kaiteriteri. Just left Cable Bay and we've came across this road called Marlborough Road, so we've decided to take a wee drive and see where it goes to. Now we know it goes to private land, so we cannot go out any further, unfortunately. Never mind, we'll turn around and head back. Turning back onto State Highway 6, heading towards Nelson. That's Nelson in the distance there. And we are just about to stop at the supermarket in Nelson City to get some supplies. On the road again. Still a beautiful day. Firstly, a little lunch stop at Marlborough, and then we had a brief scavenge along the beach at Ruby Bay. Just beautiful here. then over the hill to Kaiteriteri, where we plan to stay for quite a few days. Just turning now in towards the motor camp along the estuary, and then into what will be our home location for a few nights. That's the Bethany Park motor camp at Kaiteriteri.